So you know what? Big up Errol from Redmond TV, and I was just having a big debate on Twitter about world class and what's not world class and all that in it. Because you know we have this thing in the football world of who we think is world class and who we think is not world class. So here's my thing to determine who's world class and who's not in it. So I've done a tier three system in it. There's three tiers of world class in it. So this is how I'm gonna do it. Yeah. So you got tier one, because I don't think you can put everyone in the same bracket. I think there's different levels of world class. You know what I'm saying? So here's because I can't put Messi in the same bracket as Harry Kane, but they're both world class. So and everyone was saying on Twitter, yeah, but why not just have um just world class or not? And I'm like, because there's different levels of world class in it. So this is what I'm gonna say. So tier one is the highest level of world class, and this is more or less the greats. So you know, like people like Messi, Ronaldo, Henri. I would even potentially put in players like Van Dijk in there. You know what I'm saying? There's not many players at this level. You know what I'm saying? That's tier one world class. Maybe potentially even people like Suarez potentially. Tier two world class is players that you can't even argue about, but they're clearly and obviously world class. Players like Rodri, players like De Bruyne, players like Harry Kane, players like Salah, those type of players. Them man are just blatantly and obviously world class. Like there's no debate about it. There's no arguing about it. We all know they're world class. Tier three world class is when it gets to like the more debatables, but you can think they probably are world class as well. So players like Saka, yeah, players like Caicedo. Like a lot of people potentially put in a few like Isaac. Like potentially you might start looking at it. And me personally, I say Timber as well. A lot of people say you haven't done it long enough, but I throw Timber in that. Declan Rice, Cole Palmer, those type of guys that people say, nah, you're not world class yet because you ain't done it for long enough, but you might be playing at a world class level. So I will put those guys in the tier three bracket of world class, but I can't be putting Messi. I'm only doing three tiers and I'm running with it. I don't care. I'm running with this. I'm running with it all the way. I'm going to make it a tier three system, world class. And every time anyone talks to me about who's world class and who's not, I'm running with this. Like, even people like Yamal, who I would say is world class, he's still in tier three. He's not in tier two. He's not with Salah and Rodri and Ruben Diaz and all those guys. He's not there. Yamal is in tier three. Pedri is in potentially tier two, but tier three. Those guys are still tier threes. The tier twos are the clear and obvious world class players. There's no debate. Like, I was chatting to DG and catching that on the stream, and they were like, nah, one of them said Harry Kane is not world class. And I was like, Harry Kane is clearly world class. Harry Kane, like Gareth Bale. Like, what player, even just do it players now, which makes it a little bit more easier. Who's the clear and obvious world class players now? Like the tier threes would be like Saliba and Gabriel. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, they're world class, but they're tier three. They're not the same as Van Dijk and that. You know what I'm saying? Van Dijk's you can't be classed in the same bracket as that. You can't put like I say, players like Rodri in the same bracket as Declan Rice. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't do that yet. You can't put players like Salah in the same bracket as Caicedo. Salah, and you can't. Then also you can't put Salah in the same bracket as Ronaldo. You know what I'm saying? It's different brackets, like, but they're both world class. But I don't know why that's so hard to understand, man. I'm talking to man on Twitter, I'm back and forth. I'm thinking, why is it so hard to understand? Errol said you should have a tier system, but it should be what's it say? GOAT, world class, top class, and what's the other thing? He said top class, and then something like that, that type of level. But to me, you can do that, but then I guess what you would say is the top class ones would be people like Isaac. They're not quite world class yet. But to me, I would say right, Isaac is playing the way he is, and it's not just how he's playing, it's who he's scoring his goals against. Every time he's playing Liverpool, he's scoring. That's against Van Dijk and Konate. Every time he plays Arsenal, he scores. That's against Saliba and Gabriel. So that's the difference between Chris Wood and Isaac. Chris Wood can score lots of goals and can be like scoring the same rate as Isaac, but you're not scoring against the same players consistently. So that's the difference. That's why I would put Isaac above Chris Wood, because obviously we all know that Isaac is better than Chris Wood. But if we look at the stats, it might be fairly similar. But Isaac's a completely different level to Chris Wood, because especially as he's scoring in finals, he's scoring against the players that you're the best players in the world consistently. That's how I judge it. So that's why I would say Isaac is world class, but he's tier 3. You know what I'm saying? And I know it's hard to say, oh, Isaac and potentially Cole Palmer or Caicedo's in the same bracket. They should be separated. But that tier 3 is all tier 3. Isaac is not with Salah. He's not with Harry Kane. He's not with Haaland. He's not with De Bruyne. He's not with Rodri. He's not with those guys yet. Neither is Yamal. I know on the stream, a man is saying Yamal's better than Salah. I'm thinking, what? How can Yamal be better than Salah? That's madness to me. But some man think that he is. And I'm like, he can't be nowhere near Salah. I can't compare them, man, yet. You know what I'm saying? That's madness. So that's why Yamal is below Salah to me. Yamal is still with Saka and that. You get it? So that's my tier 3 system. That's what I'm running with. Like, you can't put them all in the same bracket. You can't put Ronaldo and Messi and Henry and those guys in the same bracket as Harry Kane and Haaland, fam. I can't do that. They're all world class, but they're not in the same bracket. So I'm running with the tier 3 system, and I'm gonna keep repeating it until it catches on. I don't care. That's my thing. I'm running with that system, and that's what we're doing from now on. When man say, "Oh, who's world class and who's not," I'm gonna say, "What tier is it? What tier world class are you talking about?" Then we can debate what tiers they're in. I think it makes it easier as well. It makes it easier instead of just saying, "Yeah, Caicedo's world class." No, he ain't. Yeah, he is. No, he ain't. Yeah, he is. Well, why is he world class? He won't get into any team in the world. Yeah, but he's better. He's playing better than this one. No. It's too much grey areas. It's too many grey areas like that. For me, it makes it easier if you say, yeah, he's tier 3 world class. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. He's not tier 2, because tier 2 is set for people like Rodri and De Bruyne. He ain't there yet. He definitely isn't tier 1, because tier 1 is GOAT great level. That's Henry's and all them man there, and Ronaldo and Messi. So the tier 3 system is what I'm running with. Yeah, and that's how we're running with it. And I'm just gonna keep saying it until it catches on. And you'll see it. You're gonna see how it catches fire. I'm not letting go of it. That's how I'm running with it, bro. You know what I'm saying?